Hi everyone, my name is Lindsey. I'm an engineer, project manager, program manager, and most importantly, I'm a teacher. I have a teaching certification in Georgia and I also work as a tutor, and I'm so happy that you asked this question. Cassandra, thank you for your question about the area of a circle. This allows us to talk about some really fun stuff. Some important things about math are that we're going to be applying what we learn in math to real-world problems, and you really want to make sure that you know what the formula represents. So there's something surprising about what we're going to work on today. Let's get some materials together first. Since your question is to find the formula that describes the area of a circle or can help us find the area of a circle, then let's make an area of a circle. First, we'll have to look at the outside of the circle. So bring up a sheet of copy paper. The top edge is 11 inches long. If you just fold it down and then trim off one length of it, you can bring the edges together to make a circle. Make sure that your edges don't overlap so that that length matches exactly the length of the paper when it's made into a circle. Now let's notice something. The diameter of a circle is the part that goes all the way across the center. It has to go across the center in order to be the longest length you can make across a circle. So that is called the diameter. The radius of a circle is just half of a diameter. You can remember this by remembering that D for diameter is looking like half of a circle. So not half of a circle, but rather all the way across the center of a circle. And that R looks like it's about half of a diameter. So the diameter is the distance across the center. The radius is half of that distance across the center. Okay, so when you have made your length into a circle and taped the edges together, then you know that it's the same length as the paper, all rolled into a circle. But since you know that this is 11 inches long, it's the same length as this paper, how many times across does this diameter go? 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more. Is that a familiar number? Do you recognize a number that would be 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more? Yes, of course, that's pi. Pi is 3 and a little bit more. So we'll notice that we can go across the outside of the circle 1, 2, 3, and a little bit more times around the diameter or across the diameter of the circle. So that means that pi times or 3 times the diameter gives us the perimeter. So remember, perimeter equals circumference. That's the part that goes around the outside. That's the outside measure of the circle. And if we were to unfold our circle, how long would it be? If we were to unfold our circle, it would be this long. This long. That usually surprises students. It takes our brains a little bit of time to get used to the idea that this small circle is the same outside length as this edge of the paper. So make sure you put these on your bulletin board. It's important to notice this, to give ourselves time to adapt to that idea, this idea of something very real. So let's also notice the next part of the question is to find the area. The area of a circle is something we can find by imagining that we can cut through the center of the circle like this, and then this is the length of what? It's the radius. Then what if we could unfold this? What shape would we end up with? We would end up with a triangle. So the triangle shape that we end up with, there's a reveal, will allow us to compute the area very easily. This might look surprising to you. The area of the circle is the same size as the area of the triangle. It's important for us to make sure we understand that. If we could cut through the circle, then we see that the radius is the height of the triangle. If we could then unwind the triangle, it would be very long and skinny, and the outer edge of that circle, it's going there. See, the outer edge of it is going there, and the side of it is going here. Well, it's very easy for us to find the area of a rectangle. That's just base times height. And the area of a triangle is similarly easy. That's just base times height times 1/2. So now we know how to find the area of a circle, and all we need to do is to convert our language over a little bit. So the base of the triangle is the circumference of a circle, and the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So now we have the base, 2 pi r, times the height, r, so we have 2 pi r times r, times 1/2, so that we get just the area of the circle and we don't accidentally double it because we have a triangle, not a rectangle. So we have base times height times 1/2. That's r times 2 pi r times 1/2. And when we write that out, we simplify it, then we get pi r squared. That's right. One other easy way to remember that the squared term means you have an area is that square and area have some of the same letters in them. So square, area. If you hear centimeters squared, inches squared, meters squared, you're talking about an area. If you hear centimeters, meters, feet, inches, you know you're talking about a linear measure. So I hope that helps. Now you know and can remember how to find the formulas for the perimeter and the area of a circle. Have a great day, and let's have more fun with math. Take care.